Hello and welcome to my video log. Today we're going to talk about copyright and why information is a public good. There's a widespread misconception about what a public good actually is. A public good is a good from which no one can be excluded once the good is produced. So everyone can reap the benefits whether or not they paid for it. The fact that no one can be excluded supposedly creates the problem that no one has an incentive to pay, because everyone can also enjoy it without paying. And this would create a problem that the good is not produced at all, since it's not getting paid for. Most common examples of public goods include national defense and dikes, because everyone within a particular area reaps the benefits of being protected, whether or not they chipped in. Most people see only one solution to getting the good produced, and that is the use of force, in form of mandatory taxation, and jail time if you won't pay. It takes little to realize that information is also a public good. Once you have a particular piece of information, you can share it without any costs to anyone. For example, when I read a book, I can tell my friends what's in it without any costs to anyone else. And when I learn that force equals mass times acceleration, I can share that information without extra costs to anyone. In other words, I can copy and use information without any extra costs to the producer. Still, some producers lobby to pass laws that prevent the copying of information like books and songs, usually at the expense of your privacy. It's all based around this idea of intellectual property, which basically means that if you're the first to come up with an idea, that somehow gives you the exclusive rights, like a legal monopoly. Therefore, some people claim that copying and sharing is theft, stealing the intellectual property of the producers. But again, copying and sharing don't cost anyone anything. Sure, producers would earn more if we couldn't share the information, but that goes for everything that can be shared, not just information. Imagine it would be illegal to share your bike with someone else. Wouldn't that be stupid? The whole idea of prohibiting sharing is a violation of your right to do with your property as you please. And the argument that information will not be produced without the protection of intellectual property doesn't fly, for two reasons. First, there are lots of people willing to provide quality information for free. Everyone that spends some time on the internet can confirm this. Second, there are lots of ways to pay for public goods without the use of force. For example, television and radio broadcasts are public goods. Anyone can listen or watch whether or not they paid. The paying problem has been sufficiently solved by advertising, but there are other ways to pay for public goods besides advertising. For example, you can sell experience, like being for hire as a public speaker, or by giving a concert. Musicians, for example, earn 90% of their money on a stage and not in a recording studio. So in conclusion, the idea of intellectual property is stupid and a violation of property rights. Information will be produced with or without government enforcing so-called intellectual property. Ultimately, all information is produced using other information. Music is inspired by other music, knowledge by other knowledge. So sharing information doesn't cause stagnation, but rather progress. And what if you absolutely don't want others to use your ideas? Well, you can just keep them secret. I'll see you next time.